Hello everyone, welcome to my new channel, Inconvenient Truths, Jennifer Zheng Reports. I'm your host, Jennifer Zheng. A former double agent of both China and the US with a legendary past has revealed something shocking. In the age of social media, the Chinese Communist Party's methods to infiltrate and disrupt a board keeps getting smarter. The 10th Bureau of the CCP's Ministry of State Security, which targets overseas threats, has a full playbook to hunt social media influencers. They push them until they have no choice but to work with the CCP. The former double agent Eric posted about this on X 2 days ago. He said the 10th Bureau is often called the Foreign Counterintelligence Bureau. Overseas, people know it as the Foreign Security and Reconnaissance Bureau. Its main job covers activities outside China. If we split its work into defensive and offensive tasks, there are two main parts. First, monitor and prevent foreign-based Chinese personnel from being recruited or defecting. Second, take offensive action. They monitor and disrupt all anti-CCP and subversive activities overseas. They try to make the party's eyes reach every overseas Chinese person. The 10th Bureau can call on resources from other departments. This includes operatives using unofficial cover from Bureau 1. It includes operatives with official cover from Bureau 2. It can use mail and telecom interception from Bureau 14. It can also use other technical resources. The 10th Bureau also works with the CCP's United Front Work Department and the CCP's Public Security Bureau units, such as its First Bureau. We should note that the CCP's United Front Work, intelligence, and propaganda are not sharply separated. They often mix. United Front work is not only by the United Front Department, the Ministry of State Security and Public Security also carry out United Front tasks. The State Security's 10th Bureau needs United Front work. The 12th Bureau and the 10th Bureau operate closely. Eric says when dealing with overseas dissidents and anti-CCP voices, the 10th Bureau uses aggressive strategies. Besides secret human intel and tech surveillance, they use low and dirty tricks. Some people's mail or packages go missing or arrive late. That could be theft or tampering by the 10th Bureau. Some network attacks, information theft, and psychological pressure happen too. The 10th Bureau may organize and plan them even if other bureaus provide technical help. They also use local overseas Chinese communities and student groups. They run crowd tactics and ground-level surveillance projects. Many recent arrests and disappearances of students or dissidents who returned to China relate to this overseas monitoring. Everyone should note this. Even though the 10th Bureau's duty is overseas, it can access Chinese digital platform data. This includes WeChat and Douyin. It includes more international platforms like Xiaohongshu and TikTok. Eric stresses WeChat. He says that the CCP blocks foreign apps. This forces people inside China and overseas Chinese who need to connect there to use WeChat. The 10th Bureau can pull WeChat data, including private chats. When Eric talked about the 10th Bureau accessing WeChat data, including private chats, he used three exclamation marks to stress it. All these digital platforms are part of the 10th Bureau's intelligence and operations infrastructure. Eric warns, beware of all Chinese apps. He includes communication apps and even input method software. It is not paranoid to be cautious. Eric adds that recently, the chairman of a Cambodia company called the Prince Group was accused by the U.S. Department of Justice for scams, even though this group hooked up with CCP authorities for illegal stuff. It forbade employees from using Chinese-made software. By the way, Eric once worked for that Prince Group himself. I'll cover his wild story later. We'll talk about more about this then. Here is something I really want to highlight. Eric says the 10th Bureau also does narrative shaping. That work includes several parts. First, block ideological contamination among Chinese diplomats abroad. I think this means stopping diplomats from accepting Western ideas and values. Second, the old ways infiltrate, control, and fund overseas Chinese media, plus routine background checks on journalists. Third, in the social media era, the 10th Bureau targets influential bloggers. They create files on them. This includes YouTube and X creators. They profile people, they analyze personality, they connect weaknesses, they assess political firmness or wavering. They judge obedience or whether suppression is needed. To reduce exposure risk, the 10th Bureau often avoids direct recruitment. Instead, they use a leverage strategy. They use many accounts to contact approach targets. They guide, encourage, or echo the target. They may also stir up disputes or provoke the target. These moves push or pull the target towards desired goal or behavior. Then, at some stage, direct cooperation with the CCP becomes an option or even the only way out. Honestly, when I read this, I thought of some big Chinese language influencers overseas. From their posts, I think many were handled and became collaborators of the CCP. They often have large follower accounts. Some followers may be the CCP's bots. Some were once anti-CCP. Some even had U.S. political asylum. But after a trip back to China, they came back speaking for the CCP. They attacked U.S. policies. Some attacked groups the CCP hates, like Falun Gong and Shen Yun Performing Arts. On the surface, they look independent or neutral, but behind the scenes, many are already on the CCP side. The CCP uses these people and free speech in democracies to harm the US and attack dissenting groups. Recently, an ex-user named Helen Maga has been doing a great job exposing some of the influencers. One such figure she has intensively targeted is former CCTV reporter Wang Zhian, who currently lives in Japan but has expressed interest in migrating to the US. Another one she has exposed goes by the name Stone. He was granted political asylum in the US but began attacking the US government and its policies after returning to China a while ago. Well, due to time constraints, let's wrap up our show here today. Next episode, we'll dive into Eric's fascinating personal story, how he became a double agent for both the CCP and the US, how he escaped China, and how he helped the CCP track down 3 Chinese dissidents overseas. His life story is more breathtaking than a Hollywood thriller. Also, because my previous channel has been heavily suppressed by YouTube, after much painful struggle and hesitation, I've finally decided to abandon it and start this new one. Please support me by subscribing and sharing my new channel and videos. Please also visit my website at jenniferzengblog.com to sign up for membership or make a donation. Without your support, I can hardly imagine how I'd survive all this suppression. Thank you. See you soon.